Good morning, one and all. I am Dr. S. Karthik, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, VSB Engineering College, Karur. Today my topic is human-computer interaction. HCI is a interaction between human and a computer. Based on this, design, implementation and evaluation of interactive computing systems for human users. Factors involved in HCI. The factors are human, computer, user interface, interaction. Human, individual user, group of users, sequence of users. Computer, packet PC, embedded systems, user interface. User interface is the part of the computers. Interaction, dialogue and feedback for the HCI. HCI goals. Goals are easy to learn, easy to remember, how to use, effective to use, efficient to use, safe to use, and enjoyable to use. Factors affecting in HCI. Organizational factors, environmental factors, the user, comfort factors, user interface, task factor, constraints, system functionality, productivity factors. First one, organizational factors. Organizational factors affecting the based on job training and implant training, the job complexities. Environmental factors affecting the total environment based on the ACs, layouts like that. The users it's mainly used in the trained people. Then comfort factors, seatings, arrangements. The user interface are input and output devices. Task factor, job oriented the tasks, its complexity based on this. Constraints, lot of constraints is the cost, then time orientation, like that constraints. Then system functionality, it is the system based all the interactions in the HCI. Then productivity factors, it's increase the productivity, then low price. That is the product factors. I/O channels, human computer interactions with the outside world occur through the information being received and sent is called input-output channel. Human input-output channels are vision, hearing, touch, movement, etc. First one, there are 5 senses. It's based on our I/O channels: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. The first three is nowadays the HCI it's used. The taste and smell it's nowadays not used in the HCI. First one, sight. Then used in the human eye. Vision beings with lights. The eye is mechanism for receiving light and transferring it into the electrical energies. Then next one, sound. Human ear. Sounds can vary in the number of dimensions, pitch, temper and intensities. Not all the sounds are audible to the human ear. It's between the frequency only the human ear acceptable. 20 Hz to 50 kilohertz. Between the sound only acceptable in our ear. The next one, touch. Touch is our primary non-verbal communication channel for conveying the intangible emotions. This is the 3 types of receptors: semoreceptors, thermoreceptors, mechanic receptors. Chemoreceptors detect the presence of chemicals. Thermoreceptors detect the changes in temperature. Mechanic receptors detect the mechanical factors. Then memory. Memory is the collection of system for the storage and recall of informations. There are 3 types of memories. First one, sensory memory, short-term memory, long-term memory. The sensory memory it's detect the basic sense in our human bodies. The next one, Short-term memory, it's limited capacity in the storage areas. Then long-term memory, it's stored in the long term in all the datas. The next one, reasoning and problem solving. Reasoning is the process by which we use the knowledge we have to draw the conclusions. We have draw the conclusions based on our knowledge. That is the reasoning in draw the conclusions. We know that problems, but the opposite of problem solving. Three types of reasoning: deductive, inductive, abductive. Deductive is the logical necessary conclusions. Inductive, generalizations from the specific observations. Abductive, facts and actions. Problem solving, it's opposite of the reasoning. Problem solving also process finding the solution, but unfamiliar task using our knowledge. Then computer system is made of the various elements. Each of these elements affect the interaction. The elements are input device, output device, virtual reality, physical interaction, papers, memory and processing. Input devices are used text entry and pointing. Output device, screen, small and large. Virtual reality, display the devices. Physical interaction, example sound and biosensing. Paper as output and input. Memories, RAM and permanent media. Processing, speed of the processing and network based. Then memory, it's based on the size. It's divided in three types: short-term memory and long-term memory, then sensory memory. Short-term memory is volatile and has limited capacity. Long-term memory is non-volatile like a computer's hard drive. RAM is the short-term memory, disk is the long-term memories. RAM, short-term memory. RAM is small and the amount of data it can hold it much smaller than your hard disk. A typical computer may come with 256 million bytes of the RAM and hard disk that can hold 40 billion bytes. RAM is called random access because any storage locations can be accessed directly. Disk and long-term memory. For most of computers use long-term memory consists of disk. There are two main kind of technologies used in disk: magnetic disk and optical disks. Interaction models. There are at least two participants record the interaction. Consider user and system or the two participants. The interface must therefore efficiently translate between them to all the interaction to be successful. The purpose of interactive system is to help a user and accomplishing the goal from some of applications domains. The normal models of interaction. First one, user establish our goal. Next one, formulates the intention. Next, specific the actions at interface. Then executes the action. Then pursues system state. Then interrupts system state. Finally evaluate system state with respect to goal. Interaction framework. Interaction framework factors are interaction, domain, tasks, goal, intentions, task analyzers. Interactions, it's communication between user and the systems. Next one, domain, area of experts and knowledge in real world activities. Tasks, operation to manipulate the concept of the domain. Goal, decide output from the performed tasks. Intention, specific actions required to meet goal. Task analysis, identification of problem space for the user in terms of the domain, goal, intentions and tasks. Economics. Economics is the science of the designing user interaction with requirement and workspace to fit the users. For example, layouts and seating arrangements. The proper ergonomics design is necessary to prevent the respective strain injuries which can develop over time and can lead to the long-term disabilities. Interaction styles. Interaction is a dialogue between the computer and the users. Types of common interface styles are as follows: command line interface, menus, natural language, question answer and query dialogue, form fill and spreadsheets, WIMP, point and click, three-dimensional interface. Command line interface. For example, we have typed the any programs and execute that the command line open, the answer, the result or the errors. The menus are all the languages and all the windows having the menu buttons. We have easily access that windows. Then natural language using that the lot of error it's occur, so we have used in the common languages. Question answer and query dialogues. If you ask any questions, if you have any doubts about that language, otherwise softwares, we have asked the questions using the helpline. Then form fill and spreadsheet. Form fill is gathering the information about the lot of persons or users. Then spreadsheets also like that, you gathering the informations. The next one, WIMP, Windows, icon, menus, pointer. First one, Windows, we have used the Windows whenever we have opened that Windows, we have access the any kind of data. Then icons using easily access the any languages and applications. Then menus we have easily access in quick access using the buttons. Then pointer is the cursor, when we want to any click, then using the pointers. Then point and click, same like that, point and click. Cursor go to the any applications or icons, then click and easily access. Three-dimensional interface. This is the graphics user interface, like the games using the GUI. Elements of WIMP. WIMP stands for Windows, icon, menus and pointers. Same like that, the existing slides also, WIMP. Elements of WIMP. First one, Windows. Windows are areas of screen that act like the individual terminals for an applications. The layout policy may be fixed or user selectable, possible layouts included. The windows are three types: overlapping, tied, cascading. Overlapping, one windows partially observes the another one. Tiled, adjacent but doesn't the overlap. Cascading, its sequence of each windows upset from the preceding according to the rule. The small picture is used to icon. Its small picture is used to represent a closed window, and this representation is known as icon. Menus present a choice of operations or service that can performed by the system at the given time. Pointer, that is the cursor, is visual mouse or pointing the device particular icons. Computer supported cooperative work, CSCW, the study of how people work together using computer technologies. Interaction design process. First one, requirements, analysis, design, interaction and prototyping, implementation and deployments. Requirements, the collecting the user requirements, then analyze that requirements. Analyze means we have select the particular softwares and equipments. Then designing, that is the layout of overall project hour. Then interaction and prototyping. The designing work is completed, that is the prototyping. Then finally implementation and deployment. We have implement the design, then deployment, testing our implementations. Screen design. Screen design refers to the graphic design and layout of users' interface and displays. The basic principles at screen level reflect those in other areas in interaction design. Ask, think, then design. First ask the requirements, then think what will we do that, then finally design our achievement. First one, layout. Layout is the arrangements of items on the screen, like the items are grouped into the areas, like the container size we have arranging all the details. Grouping and structure. Logical thinkings are physically grouped together. This may involve multiple level of structures. Above the figure shows the potential design for the ordering screen. For example, the first one, then go to the second, then down, next one, finally that. That is grouped and structures. Layout hierarchy. Logical thinking are physically grouped together. This may involve multiple levels of structures. Above the figure shows the potential design for an ordering screen. That is the different types of containers is there. It's a layout hierarchy. First one, first container, the second one, then finally last one. Containers and non-containers. Screen or page elements can either be containers or non-containers. Containers can contain other elements, non-container cannot. That. White space. White space is one of the best way to isolate the important elements in the list items. Doing this draw the user's attention more easily. Presenting information. The way of presenting information on screen depends on the kind of information, text, number, maps and tables. Aesthetics and utility. Remember that pretty information is not necessarily a good interface. Making a mess of it, color and 3D. The increasing use of 3D effects in the interfaces has posed a whole new set of problems for text and numerically informations. Localization and internalizations. The process of making software suitable for different languages and cultures is called localizations. Scenarios. Scenarios are core of any usability test, as you have to correctly communicate your participants. Sign up, then search for flight, then booking the flight. A good scenario, short but enough information to perform the task. We have short informations, only 2 lines or 3 lines, only users study that menus. Then user use the language, not products. Use user's language. For local language only used that the easily understand the users. Simple and clear. The words are very simple English and clear all the items. Should address your task and concerns. We have addressing our task and concerns. HCI in software lifecycle process. Requirement specification, architectural design, detailed design, coding and unit testing, integration and testing, operation and maintenance. First one, requirement specification. We have a requirement analysis to get the information about the users. Then architectural design. We have architectural designs. Different kinds of users record the specific informations. Then we have designed the architectural design. Then finally, detailed design. We have draw the detailed design based on our requirements. Then coding and unit testing. We have implement the codings and unit testing. Detailed design. Then the design is separate in the units. So unit testing is separate each unit is testing. Finally, integration of all the units, then testing the overall products, then operation and maintenance. Thank you.